All right, I wanted to share with folks a little bit about the overhead wire and what we do because I get a lot of questions about what we do. How do you operate? Folks might know my work, but they aren't quite sure what the overhead wire is or why the overhead wire is different from talking headways or those other things. The overhead wire is my site and it's my blog. I started the blog back in 2006 or so, theoverheadwire.blogspot.com. You can still go and see all the old archives, but it turned into my company whenever I started doing my own thing. So my own thing is actually three things. So I do the newsletter and I do the podcast and I created this archive. Now the archive is part of the newsletter, but it also fuels the podcast as well. But what's interesting about the archive overall is that if you are a member of the Overhead Wire and you are a subscriber to the newsletter for the premium version, you get access to this archive. Now, let me go through the email first because I think that's really important. Here's the email that we're getting every day if you're a subscriber to the Overhead Wire. If you get a basic one, you do not get access to the archive. But if you get the premium one, like it says here, then you actually get access to the Overhead Wire and the archive as it is. But the newsletter, when you subscribe, you get this. You get this newsletter with, kind of an intro. Sometimes I write a longer intro. You get suggested news from the day, and you get access to the link archive. So in the email, there's access to the link archive. Whether you're a trial version or you're a paying customer, you have access to this link archive, which changes once a month, the November password. We have the quote of the day. We have the previous emails most read. We get all of the news that I post in here, which goes to all like 40 or 50 items that we share. So what's interesting about this specifically is that all these items here, we get into the archive. So when I post this, it actually goes into the archive, and then I actually have an HTML spitter that basically kicks this out and allows me to post it in here. So every day we're posting all these things in the archive, and we label them by topic and city. So you can see here that the three topics that are at the front are underneath each article. So when you click on this, when you click on traffic safety, for example, you go to the archive. You go to the link to the archive on the website. Now, this is really cool because basically if you see a topic in here that you're really interested in and you want to read more about it, you can get more about it in the archive. Now, what's interesting about the archive from that perspective is that we have 110,000 links. Now it says 100,000 here. I need to fix that. But we have 110,000 links on all the topics that we've shared. We have also tagged them by 13,000 tags, almost 13,000 tags. I've tried to clean it up a bit, but it's hard because we've been doing it for so long, over 10 years with several different interns and several different styles. But for the most part, everything is categorized pretty correctly and in the archive. So what's the cool thing is that when you go into the archive, you can search by topic. Now you can see here that there are all of these links to the different topics similar to what you see on the newsletter, which is here. So these are the ones that are associated with each article. And then these are the ones that come out. This is all 13,000. You can see there's a lot of them. Well, we made that simple for folks by creating a filter. So if you want to learn more about congestion pricing, for example, here are all the articles about congestion pricing. Now it's also cool, and let's open that window and you can see basically we have everything going back to 2013 or so that we've ever posted on here. There's, I think, 26 pages of congestion pricing articles, so you can go back and do research and learn more about the subject. But what's also interesting about this is that if you go to here on the topics and you just want to learn about not just pricing, but congestion generally, you get all the tags that are related to that. So one topic that's really popular that I've posted about is water. There's a lot of water stuff in here, water policy, water supplies, water, recycled water, those types of things. But then if you want to go deeper, you can actually cut it off even more. So you can do water policy and find that specific tag, stormwater policy, water policy. Click on that. You'll get all the articles we've ever posted on water policy. Because we cover so many things, if you look on the main website, we have our podcast, we have our blog posts that we do, we write, and then we have the news by category. The categories are here: transport, urban design, urbanism and design, urban issues, environment and energy, and then research as it pertains to cities. In the environment section, there's obviously going to be a lot of water stuff. In the transport section, there's going to be a lot of transportation stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you can find all that stuff in the archive. You also tag by location. So here at the location tag, and here's the topic tags. If you actually wanted to go into the location tag, you can do that by going to here and then type in a city. Any city you want. We've probably posted about a lot of them. Let's do Helsinki. Helsinki. there's Helsinki. So you can find anything that's ever been posted about Helsinki. Now, what's interesting about this, or what's helpful about this, is that when you go to a city that you're working in or you're visiting, then you can learn about more about that place. I used to go to cities and have people ask me, like, how do you know so much about my city? It's all coming from the archive. It's all the stuff that I've shared and that I've collected over the years. And so I hope to share that with you all too. So this is just kind of an advertisement for the newsletter, but also for the archive itself. If folks want to subscribe to the newsletter, you can try it for free. You can do so right here. I'll circle that actually right here. Try the newsletter for free. It'll be up here too as well when you're on the website and you're not signed in. That's another thing, is you need to sign in using the password and the link that are given in the newsletter. It also comes in the email that comes when you first get the newsletter. And if you can't get to it, send me an email, theoverheadwire@gmail.com, and send it to me. And yeah, so this is the archive. This is what we've been building. This is really, really cool, because what it does is it allows us to share information, share knowledge. And so hopefully folks can use it. I just hopefully want folks to actually check this out. And if they ever need some research or background or anything like that, I also can act as an archivist. You can email me if you're a subscriber and ask, like, hey, do you know anything about this subject? Or do you have any items from the past in this subject? I did that for a long time for a lot of folks who are subscribers or who actually paid for custom newsletters for their organizations or whatever that might be. So you can go into this archive, you can check it out, try it for free. Let me know what you think. I hope folks can use it and actually access all this information. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.